What challenges were you experiencing prior to receiving Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act services?
I had worked for the Federal Bureau of Prisons, and at 57, because it's law enforcement, they make you retire, and when I got my letter, I didn't want to retire, and I didn't know. I'd worked in law enforcement for 34 years, and I didn't know where to begin.
How did you find out about the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act services?
Yeah, the way I found out about the WIOA program was when I'd gotten a letter from my employment, where I was employed. They had told me about the employment agency, and I didn't know about the WIOA program until I came down here and talked to several of the folks down here, and then I showed them what I'd gotten from the prison system, or from the federal prison system, and they said, "Oh, well, you would qualify for this WIOA program." And I said, "What is that?" And then they explained that to me, and I thought, well, this is wonderful. So the WIOA program is fantastic.
What was your initial experience with our staff? How did the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act services help you overcome your barriers?
And the letter had said to see your local employment agency, and I didn't even know where that was. So I went on the internet and found out where it was, and I made a phone call, and they set me up for an interview, and I came down here, and while I was down here, I had probably the most wonderful experience, where I was really nervous at first, and the people that I met down here were just, they wanted to help, and they showed me programs that I could go into, schooling and training that I could go into, and they would help me just go to the colleges and get the training that I would need to get back out there on the street and work. It was probably one of the better transitions I've had in my lifetime, because I didn't know where to start. You're in a job for so many years, and you're just kind of lost, and so I was lucky to find this place. They set me up in school and everything. They were able to explain to me which programs were covered. One of the programs that I wanted to go into, which was HVAC, or heating and air conditioning, and that was on there. And they told me what schools that I could go to, and how to apply to the school, how to what forms I needed to fill out. There was just so many things that I was nervous about, and at my age, when you're a little older, that it's kind of scary, and they eased all my fears. So I've had such a wonderful experience with this.
please discuss your current Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act training program.
The training that I'm in right now has taught me quite a bit of things in the HVAC program that I didn't know, and what to look for, how to diagnose a problem, how to interact with customers. The school program itself is that they had, the WIOA services had pointed me towards was probably the best program I've ever been in. They care about what grades that I'm getting. If I'm having any kind of trouble, they'll work with me one-on-one. They've just been fantastic as far as that. Everything that I have learned so far has been to transition me out to a job on the street, and it's all the knowledge that I have learned has got to where I know that I'm going to be able to get a job when I finish.
Describe how this training has opened new career opportunities for you.
The opportunities that I've had this far has been the coordinator at SWIC has offered me teaching opportunity once I finish the program for teaching two or three classes a week, and then some of the instructors from SWIC who run their own businesses on the street for full time, but they teach part time. They've offered me jobs to work with their companies, and I've talked to some of the guys that were instructors that teach right now, and when they went through the program, they also worked for some of these instructors, and from there they've transitioned either to running their own companies, or they transitioned over to bigger opportunities. And they said that it's the program itself at SWIC is one of the better programs that I've seen. I haven't met anybody through their program that has not found a job right after training.
Is there anything else you would like to say about the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act program?
What I'd like to do is encourage as many people out there to come down and to the employment agency. When I first came down here, I was so nervous, and I didn't know what to expect. And I first met Tony, and he had talked to me, and then he introduced me to Tina, who's my coordinator for the WIOA program. And she's been just wonderful through this whole experience. I don't think they could have found a better person, for that job, because I've had guys at school that want her as their coordinator. They tell me how lucky I am for having her. So, and I tell them all the time, move to Madison County and you can. But I would encourage anyone that is in my situation or a similar situation that's looking for employment opportunities to come down to the employment agency here and they will be welcomed in and helped. You know, I can't express that any better than to thank. You know, I wish that there was more agencies like this that I've had such a great opportunity with.